You're going through your own skincare journey. Maybe you need some product recommendations, maybe you have eczema, or maybe you even have hyperpigmentation. Whatever the reason is, continue watching this video to find out how I dealt with my own skincare turmoil. So today is going to be the first of many skincare related videos, but I decided that before I just dive into like product reviews, updated skincare routines, and just showing you my skincare routine in general, that it's best that I start from the beginning and tell you how it all started. This is going to be a 10-year journey, which is crazy to me that it took 10 years to finally figure out what my skin needed. All of the links to all of the products that I used over the course of 10 years will be in the description box down below. I might have forgotten some of the links, so don't come for me. Some of the links you might have to actually look for yourselves. They might be in your own local drugstore, I'm not too sure. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So I would like to think that it all began in 2008. I was in my old school, and one day I was taking notes, and I probably wrote something incorrect, and I turned the pencil around to erase whatever I had written, and the pencil point was pointing like directly to my chin. I don't know if this was done on purpose. I don't know if it was an accident up to this day, but someone pushed me forward and the pencil just went straight up my chin, and like I braced back a little bit and the pencil was just hanging. It was just dangling from my skin, so I had to pull it out. I know this is a bit graphic. I had to pull out the pencil and I had to go and like wash my chin or whatever, and from then on I've had a little incision underneath my chin, and I honestly and truly believe that this is how everything started. I hadn't yet gone through the puberty phase as yet, not until 2012, which was 4 years later. Finally gone through the puberty phase, and I was going through I had some small insignificant bouts of acne. It wasn't anything that I needed to see a dermatologist about. It was just like one pimple here, another pimple next week, 2 pimples next month, just something very insignificant. It was nothing major. The following year in 2013, I was now going to secondary school, and over the summer from leaving primary school now heading to secondary school, my face made a drastic decline over that summer, and without any proper knowledge on skincare like products or whatnot, or skincare in general, I would use bar soap, like the soap that you would bathe with. I'm not sure how many people bathe with bar soap. I don't bathe with bar soap anymore, but I started to use bar soap on my face, and I truly thought it was doing something. Only thing it was doing really was like drying out my skin. And when I got into secondary school, I walked in there with a whole bunch of insecurities. As time went on, the location where I was injured under my chin started to get darker and darker, and I truly believe that it was because of the pencil incision. I don't want to call it a because I don't know how YouTube is with certain words. I truly believe that it was because of this incision that had happened to me 4 years ago. All of those years ago, I really thought that the incision was the cause of my chin getting darker and darker and darker as the days went on. By 2014, puberty started to hit so hard. Oh my gosh, that was like the hardest year for me. And by this time, I started to get like inflamed bumps under my chin, and sometimes I still get them here. This was one of the inflamed bumps that I got like 2 weeks ago. Now I know the reason why I got this, but back then I didn't know the reason why I got them, and I would get like some really big inflamed ones under my chin. And I went to a pharmacist. The first person I went to was a pharmacist, and they diagnosed me with having eczema. Now I had my doubts as to her diagnosing me with eczema, mainly because I've been around plenty of people in my life with eczema, and my eczema did not look like eczema. I know eczema to be a fungal infection that like infects your entire body, on the crevices of your neck, behind your ears, in between your wrists, your elbows, your knees, your ankles, like your entire body. And eczema is also very painfully itchy. The eczema that she said is under my chin, it was never itchy. Yes, it was dry like eczema. Eczema is known to be quite drying, but it wasn't itchy, and it honestly didn't look like eczema. Like I thought, like, okay, if I have eczema, it's going to be on the rest of my body. This is the only place I've ever had eczema, right? So I tried. She recommended me a Fourderm cream. and that didn't work. Of course it didn't work, because we wouldn't be sitting here right now. It did not work. Yeah, I was going through the motions. Like, I used this product for like a month and I wasn't noticing any results. I honestly felt like I was making my chin worse. Finally, when the Fourderm Cream didn't work, I went and saw another doctor. This doctor also told me it was eczema yet again, and again I still had my doubts, but they also recommended me another fungal cream. I'm not entirely sure which one it is. That didn't work once again, and we're back now to square one. This continued from 2015 to 2016. I was so unbelievably insecure about my face, my chin in general, and this reflected in like the photos that I would take. I would use a whole bunch of filters. I would take pictures like this. Like, I would do so many awkward hand poses just to hide my imperfection. I would use Facetune. I would do all these extra things, and it's kind of like, Terencia, people are going to see you in person. Like, if you're doing all of this to hide it, when people see you in person, they're going to feel a little bit catfished. And that continued on to 2017. In 2017, I started to use raw aloe vera on my face, and the only thing really that aloe vera actually did was just make my face extremely itchy. I would use it every other day, and I truly thought that it was doing something, but then I started to realize that little bumps would form all over my forehead and my cheek area and whatnot, and I'm like, is this really working? Also, I would also look at like Google Home Remedies, and one of the Google Home Remedies said to put Colgate on any new forming acne. So like, let's say I have an acne spot right there, it said to put Colgate right there, there, and I was actually putting toothpaste on my face. Another recommendation said to use the gel in the Advil tablet on the zit, and then another crazy recommendation recommended that you use hot garlic. Please don't try that. I didn't try that. My mother warned me against that. She looked at me like I was crazy that day, and I truly felt I was, so I didn't try that, and I don't recommend that you try that either. In 2018, I was extremely depressed. I was also battling with a couple other things unrelated to skincare, and I was extremely depressed, and at this point I had truly given up. Like, I'm like, this is my face forever. Everyone is asking me at this point, like, what's wrong with your face? And that's like the worst question. Like, if you're battling with acne, don't ever walk up to someone and be like, ew, what is that? Please don't do that. Like, some people really need to know when to shut up, when to not ask certain questions, and that would make me feel even more insecure, to the point where I would walk around with a washcloth dangling in my mouth, so like the washcloth would like hopefully hide whatever is on my chin, and I would walk around like that, like all day, every day I would walk around like that. Persons would ask me if I have ringworm, if I have a rash, and it's like, damn, I'm already going through a lot, and you're not gonna ask me you're not gonna ask me if I have like an infection. Come on now, come on, that wasn't cool. So that continued all in 2018. Finally, in 2019, I like to watch this YouTuber called Hey Paris, and one day she decided to promote this product from Teamy Blends. It was a green tea detox mask from Teamy Blends, and I don't know why up to this day, but I decided, you know what, let me buy it. Like, I had truly given up hope. I had given up hope for that entire year. I wasn't using any products on my face really, and I just decided, you know what, let me try it. Let me just try it out. Let me just light this candle just one more time, and hopefully it burns. And so I picked up the green tea detox mask. Here's it. Here's what it looks like. I picked it up and I started using that from 2019 all the way to 2020. During the summer, I began to use the mask, and I wasn't really noticing all the noticeable changes that were going on with my face. First of all, it helped quite a bit with my hyperpigmentation. Not only the mask I purchased, I also purchased the Teamy Repair Oil as well as the hibiscus serum, and I used those products all throughout the summer. I wasn't using it at this point to like get rid of acne. I was actually using it because like I felt fancy. I felt like pampered. I was like, I used my first mask, my first green tea mask ever. I felt like one of those persons, like, You guys remember High School Musical when Sharpay had on that green mask and she had like cucumbers over her eyes? That's how I felt. I felt so fancy. That was like the only reason why I had this product. Finally, school started back again in September. The first comment that I got, first of all, I was noticing that no one was mentioning my face. Like, persons would mention my face to me at least every other day, and school had started back and like no one was saying anything. So I'm like, this is weird. Like, people always say something about my face. Like, people always ask questions. So I'm like, this is strange. And then this guy told me, and he was like, wow, your face is looking so good. Like, what are you using? Listen to me. If you're ever battling with acne, that's like the best comment that you could receive. That will make your entire day, month, year. I don't know about you, but it made my entire day, month, year, and everything. I'm like, it does? So when I got home that evening, I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't take any before and after pictures because, like I said, I wasn't expecting it to work. I had given up all hope. Then I continued digging. I started to dig in my Google Photos and I found a picture from 4 to 5 months ago, and wow, the difference. This is the infamous photo that I took, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this product is actually working. So I went on Twitter. Like, I had to tell her thank you because like it really did work. So I went on Twitter, I posted the pictures, and I'm like tagging Hey Paris, and I'm like, hey Paris, thanks. Like, thanks, you actually like you put me on to something. She reposted it and whatnot, but my face made an entire 180, and I was so shocked that it was even possible that it could do that. In 2020 now, I traveled abroad and I was actually neglecting my skincare at this point. Like, I was having so much fun, I started to neglect my skincare, and then like a pimple started to pop out here, a pimple started to pop out here. I'm like, oh shoot, Terencia, don't slack up. No. So I started to use the products whilst on my trip, like in the last 3 days of my trip. Finally, when I got back to Barbados, the products weren't working the same. Like, the Teamy mask wasn't working, the repair oil wasn't working. I had long forgotten about the hibiscus serum. I had stopped using the hibiscus serum because it felt a little bit sticky on my face and I didn't like that sticky feeling. The repair oil and the detox mask, they weren't working at all, and I was trying it back to back for like 3 weeks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't have me like going back to like how my face was. I was actually panicking at this point. I started to Google skincare, like skincare brands, helpful skincare brands. I came across Paula's Choice, and I started to watch a bunch of Hiram, skincare by Hiram videos, and I think he was having an interview with the CEO of CeraVe. So I purchased a bottle of the CeraVe hydrating cleanser. I purchased this, and I've been using this ever since. I have not stopped using this. This is now my second bottle of this, and this works like wonders. I also picked up an iridescent oil, but I don't use the iridescent oil anymore. I actually now use alpha arbutin, 2% alpha arbutin. Those are the two products that I'm using now. The alpha arbutin helps with hyperpigmentation. I've been using it for 4 months. So when I got the alpha arbutin 2%, I took a progress photo the same day that I got it, and then a month later I took another progress photo, and it truly did help with hyperpigmentation. Now, for reasons I still don't know up to this day, I decided to use other products mixed in with the alpha arbutin, although they expressly deter from you doing that. And it wasn't until the next month came when I took another progress photo that I realized these other products mixed in with alpha arbutin gave me a chemical burn. It made the area darker, and I had to immediately toss those products. So that's where we are with my skin today. I know this isn't a happy ending. Trust me, I know that this isn't where I would want to be. But still, at the same time, I have to realize how far I've come with my skincare and be like, you've come far. You now are educated on skincare. You now know what to do, your do's and don'ts. It's not like you're suffering and in the darkness. Like, this candle is burning, and it has been burning for a very long time. Anytime when like I start to get any forms of acne, I have to like look back and be like, you in 2016 and 2017 will be so proud of you. Now you really can't, like, you really can't be angry, you really can't be upset. As of right now, my current skincare routine includes these two products, the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser and the Alpha Arbutin. I'm almost running out of the Alpha Arbutin. By the way, I must say, when I first got this liquid inside of here was clear, and now it's like yellow. I think it's because it maybe had exposure to the sun, or maybe it's expiring. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost finished using this. When I'm finished using this, I don't think I'm going to buy another bottle, not because it isn't working, but because I just want to try out new things and see what maybe able to work on my skin if I don't have that. We've now come to the end of this video. Let me know what skincare products you think I should try out. Let me know what skincare products you use. What's your skincare routine? Do you even have like a nighttime skincare routine? Let me know how long has it been since you've been battling with acne. I know it can be years for some of us. It was an entire decade for me, and it's still going on. I mean, it hasn't stopped. You'll get out of it somehow. You'll get over it soon. You just need to find the right products for you, and there are products out there that will work for you. Trust and believe. There's tons of products out there. You just haven't found the right one as yet. So keep on looking. Don't lose the faith. I know it can seem sometimes so hard and you might give up, but truly don't lose the faith. You need to keep striving, keep on doing your research. You'll get there somehow. That's it for the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Truly do have a lovely day. Bye.